Hello, all. Welcome on into our tarot spread for the rest of the week ahead. Today is Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. So a little bit of a midweek thing this week. And this week I am using the White Sage Tarot by Teresa Hutch. I'm going to make sure I got her last name right. Yes, the White Sage Tarot by Teresa Hutch, because I'm feeling we need a kinder, gentler energy right now, or at least I do. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, a little stressed. I feel like I kind of need a day off. But no complaints. Life is good. Life is great for me personally, and I hope most of you can say that life is better than it is worse, or it's easier than it is harder for all of you. So we'll start our shuffle. And we have our first card, which is sort of our general theme of the rest of the week, is the High Priestess. And I love that the High Priestess here is shown as a cat, because the High Priestess really is a card about connecting what's deeper, going really, really into that intuitive state, really into that inner world. It's often described as sort of peeling back the veil, or going behind the veil. Like, who are you when you're not around other people? Who are you? What things do you keep to yourself? What inner knowing do you have that you don't necessarily show the world? And the High Priestess is very much about this energy. And it's very much about taking that energy and learning from it, absorbing it, and saying, what do you have to teach me? It's pretty late in the day today on Wednesday, so maybe I'll just do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for us. So I'll say our Thursday energy, or maybe our late Wednesday moving into Thursday energy, is Eight of Cups. And Eight of Cups is, it can be an interesting card. It often is a card not necessarily about a breaking point per se, but you get to a point where it's time to move on. It's time to let go. It's time to move forward. And so I love here that the card is illustrated by all of these teacups. And initially they're just so perfectly stacked, and then it takes this one to kind of set a few of them off. And that's sort of where we are with Eight of Cups. Cups being the element of water, our emotions, our passions, our creativity. It can be that we need to really leave a relationship. We need to let go of a relationship, even a friendship. Like I said, it doesn't always mean it's a romantic relationship. It could mean that we have to let go of a creative project or pursuit that we just, it breaks our heart, but we have to move beyond it. Eight of Cups is not always that it's a bad thing that we're leaving. We just know it's time. And that can actually, frankly, be harder to leave than leaving a situation where we know it's bad for us, where it really is not good, or we're really just done. Eight of Cups is, I need to leave this for me. I need to leave this so I can move into what's best for me. So that's for, I'll say, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe beyond. Like I said, there's really no time limit to these. This might be something you've already been through this week. And along with the Eight of Cups, and whatever moving on, whatever upheaval, whatever change this might bring, we have Temperance here. And temperance reminds us to find balance, to find what helps us feel grounded, to seek what, again, helps us feel grounded, helps us feel stable, help what balances both our dark and our light, helps us to balance what we show others and what we keep to ourselves. And also to know that even though there might be a little upheaval, a little bit of upsetting the apple cart, so to speak, that we will find that balance, and that we can seek that balance, that we're going to be better on the other side of this because we will find that balance. And I think that's our message for Friday going in, and cards are just popping out of this deck today. And we have Queen of Wands as our card for Saturday, which is actually, I love that it's the illustration for the deck box here. So for Saturday, we have Queen of Wands, and I love Queen of Wands. When I was going to say she, like I said, I don't read these as gendered. If you are someone who is male gendered, masculine, what have you, you can still be Queen of Wands, or you at least can still channel Queen of Wands energy. And this is an energy that is fiery. This is an energy of confidence, of power. You are feeling yourself. You are wearing your red sequin gown to the grocery store if you want to. You can rock a t-shirt and jeans with Queen of Wands energy too, but this is about not being afraid to be seen. This is, sorry, I'm just gonna make sure I can see the card here. This is about not being afraid to be seen. This is about really showing up and showing out, as the kids say, in your Queen of Wands energy. And that's a great energy for the weekend. But let your voice be heard. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself stand out. Channel that fire. Channel that passion. Flirt with your mailman or letter carrier or your mail person. Flirt with your grocery store cashier if you want to. That's, but it's definitely that energy. It is definitely a fiery, confident, possibly flirty, possibly, that sort of power energy for Queen of Wands. And I love her whenever she shows up. That is, sometimes she's my card of the month for the readings I do for myself, and I love it when she shows up because that just means I'm going to rock that month. Yeah, so that is Queen of Wands for Saturday. Oh, and, this came up last week. So we have, for our Sunday, we have Judgment, and Judgment really is about that deep higher calling. It is about being brought out of maybe where you have been and really encouraging you to live in service, to live in a higher calling, to really come into your full potential. It's not about being judged. It's really not. That's more justice. I always feel like the justice card is more of a getting called out, if you will. But Judgment is really about sort of a judgment day, sort of a feeling. You are being called. You are being woken up. You're being called. And how can you serve? And I feel like with Judgment, there is often sort of an undercurrent of, in order to fully show up, in order to fully be present, in order to fully serve, you sort of have to make things right with yourself. I don't necessarily mean this in a religious or spiritual way, but everything has to be right in your soul to be called to Judgment. Everything has to be right. You're integrating all of your lessons of self-awareness, all of your lessons of healing and release and emotional maturity, and you're integrating all of that and taking it in and forgiving yourself. There's a forgiveness aspect here. Forgiving yourself for past mistakes when you didn't know better. Forgiving yourself for not taking an action that might have helped you or someone else. Forgiving yourself for not taking action sooner and living your truth. And so I think, like I said, with Judgment, there's that call to service, but there's also that sort of integrating all of the lessons, forgiving ourselves and stepping into that higher purpose with a clear mind and a clear conscience. And yeah, so that is our reading for the rest of the weekend ahead, or the rest of the week ahead, for July 30th, 2025. And yeah, so we're paying attention to those deeper parts of ourselves. We're paying attention to those parts of ourselves that don't always see the light of day. And maybe examining why we don't show other people these parts. And not to say we have to, but maybe considering, maybe channeling this Queen of Wands and saying, okay, well, I normally don't talk about these things. I normally don't let people see my vulnerability, but maybe I should. Maybe I should just stand in the power of that vulnerability. Maybe I should stand in the power of that and let it fuel me as opposed to keeping it hidden. Um, Knowing that there might be something here, maybe you've already been through it this week, maybe you're heading into it, of making some decisions about what we're leaving behind. Knowing that we have to leave something behind in order to really step into our service, our higher power, our service. And knowing it's okay. It's okay. Whatever this decision is, like I said, I don't get the impression that it's a bad thing. I don't get the impression that it's a, how do I say, it often can be uncomfortable to leave this, but it's often, you already know in your heart it's the right thing to let it go. It's the right thing to let it go. And when you let it go, much like this beautiful butterfly, you're going to come out of that cocoon and be able to really step into your own, or fly into your own, and find that balance and that grounding in knowing that you are moving forward in a way that feels authentic and seen, and that you've forgiven yourself and you've integrated because you really are ready to answer that call. So as always, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for taking the time to spend a few minutes with me. If you have any questions, comments, anything, please feel free to reach out. Like, subscribe if you feel you want to do that. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I love doing these videos. And hi, Mom, because my mom watches these and then we talk about it. So hi, Mom. And I will hope to see everyone next week. Thank you.